Today, what's on my mind is what it means to really honor life and honor sacrifice. And there are a few ways I've been thinking about this. One of them is in terms of Renisha McBride and what's unfolding there. And I think that the larger question is how we shape our views of each other and how that impacts the lives of other people. So Rashina McBride was assumed to be breaking into a gentleman's home, and we don't know the details of what happened after that. But there's a pattern there, and I think about Jonathan Ferrell, the young gentleman who also had a car accident and was seeking help and shot by the police. Trayvon Martin, of course, but I think about Glenda Moore, who after her Superstorm Sandy, her two young boys were swept away in the waters, and she couldn't get anyone to answer the door and help her afterwards because people assumed that she was out looting and up to no good. And so thinking about her sitting in that pain alone, I've been thinking about that pattern of our snap judgments about people and wondering, as we sit in this space of Veterans Day and honoring veterans and Thanksgiving and people being thankful for in 30 days of gratitude leading up to Thanksgiving, what does it really mean for each one of us to honor the lives of the people we encounter on a daily basis? And what does it mean in our sphere of influences to say everyone matters, people matter? And I think issues of race in terms of the recent shooting might be at play. The fact that she was dangerous, right? Had it been a young white male who maybe was a letterman knocking on the door at 3 a.m., would he have been assumed to be harming? And so what does it mean for each one of us to be honest and real with ourselves? And then I think this is related in a way to how we honor our veterans, because around Veterans Day, we often, thank people for their service and are gracious for all the sacrifices that they've made. But then I want to ask us, in our sphere of influence, are we really supporting them? For example, I'm in the mental health field. The mental health services are not there and are not what they need to be for our veterans. And so what does that mean to say, I honor you on Veterans Day, but I'm not advocating for you to get the mental health services you need to transition back to home or to process what's happened? The number of suicides of our military veterans here on our soil that are being lost is just one indicator of how we say we value life, but we're not necessarily standing up in our sphere of influence and reflecting what we're actually doing. So in my mind, I'm grappling with this idea of how do we say that we honor everyone and value life and respect each other when in our larger actions, and when you look at the patterns of the activities that we're engaged in, whether it's profiling people and getting caught up in our snap judgments or not adequately providing services and supports, that we need to be real with ourselves. So what I'm thinking about this week is what I can do in my own space to be true to what I say I value and I support.